Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Ruthie and we are getting ready to make beef and bean crispy tacos. These were delicious and super easy to make. So let's get started. These are the ingredients that I used. Ground beef, 1 pound of ground beef. And then these are all the seasonings. I did use two different types of tortillas, one corn, one flour. My husband likes the flour over corn, so we always have to do that in our house. So we have to use two different tortillas. Everything will be on my website, ruthiecancook.com, so you can head over there and get the full measurements and recipe. First thing we are going to do is to cook our ground beef, of course. And I got this masher from Dollar Tree. I had one previously from Amazon, but somehow it broke. But this thing is very handy when doing ground beef or any ground meats. I really like this. It is a time saver of getting the meat cut up. So we're going to continue to do this until the meat is halfway cooked and continue to remove any of the big chunks of the meat. So the meat is now halfway cooked. It's almost done, as you can see. I'm going to start now adding in my seasonings, and I'm using traditional seasonings that I would normally use, like garlic powder, onion powder. And you'll see, and all this will be on my website, as I said. And then I'm going to add some oregano. And you can always season with your heart. These are just the seasonings I use. You can use whatever seasoning you would like. I'm adding in salt, of course, because salt always makes the dish have a pop to it. And continue to mix the seasoning in and continue cooking, as well as removing any of the big chunks that are still left in the meat. And this doesn't take that long to put together. So the meat now is done, and we are going to remove it from the pan. And it was the meat alone was smelling good. I was happy that I seasoned it the way I did. It was smelling really good. Same pan, didn't even clean it out. We're going to do the beans now. So I'm using pinto beans, but you can use whatever beans you would like. We're going to dump them in the pan, and then we're going to start smashing them a little bit. We do want some chunk, but we do also want some not to be chunky because we want to make it thick. So by smashing it, it will thicken up the beans. Then we're going to add in some seasonings, as you will see. And garlic and onion powder, of course. And again, all this will be on my website, so you can go check it out. And always season with your heart, however you like, and how the amounts that you like. So there's onion powder, garlic powder. We're gonna put a little bit of cumin in. I'm using, I think, an eighth of a teaspoon. I like cumin in my dishes, but cumin can be strong, so I'm just using a little pinch of it, and it does enhance the dish. So I need to put cumin in this, and then we're gonna put a little bit of chicken bouillon, as you'll see in a minute. And the flavors and the smells from this is really nice. I think that was about a half a teaspoon of the chicken nord. But you don't have to do that. You could omit it. You could do however you like. But this is just how I'm doing our beans. And give this a mix. Make sure the beans are covered and coated with all that seasoning. And it is dry. Yes, it is dry for right now, but I am going to add in some liquid. I do want to have them where they're a little bit loose, but not where they're runny, because this is going into a taco. So I did about a half a cup of broth, or a fourth a cup. It'll be on my website, so you can go over there and get the measurements. Just enough to loosen them up so it's not too thick. And once this is done to my liking, I am now going to add back in the ground beef and give everything a good mix. And this is smelling really nice. I really do. And this is going to be on a go-to meal because this was super easy to make. So you add in the ground beef, and you could freeze this too. So you can make a big batch of this, throw it in your freezer, and all you'll need to get is some tortillas, or you can make your own tortillas, and you have a very easy, inexpensive dinner. So it was looking a little dry. I believe I did put in maybe another fourth cup of broth just to loosen it up a little bit. So now we're going to start assembling our tacos. And for the corn tacos, because they were pliable and I didn't want them to fall apart, I just threw them over the burner and flipped them a couple of times just so they can be pliable. You could put them in the microwave, or you could put them in a pan with a little bit of oil and get them softened that way. But I just throw it over a burner, and they were done. And they were easy to work with at that point. Now, at this point, I'm putting the tacos together. I'm just putting them one side, folding it over. Real easy to assemble. My husband does come and tell me I'm forgetting something, and it was the cheese. I forgot to add in cheese on these guys, but in the other ones, I did add cheese. And you could add whatever cheese you want. I normally would do Chihuahua. I didn't have Chihuahua this time. I just did a Mexican blend cheese. So I got my first three tacos assembled, and we are going to start frying now. It's about maybe a cup of oil in here. It's not too much. As you can see, it's not even covering the taco. And these will fry very quickly, so do not walk away. I believe I'm cooking on a medium heat. Depending on your stove, my medium heat on this burner is perfect. It's not too high for what I'm doing. I did four at a time because that's what fit in this pan. I did flip them over. As you see, they're nice and crispy, and these guys are ready to be taken out. It was less than 2 minutes, really. It was really nice and quick and easy. This is definitely a inexpensive go-to meal for my family. So we're gonna take them out and put it on a plate with some paper towels. We're gonna do our second batch, and I'm putting my husband's tacos in now. And the flour I didn't have to do anything with because they're already pliable. And these cooked up quite quickly again, less than 5 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes on each side, and that's it. And dinner is done. This is a corn and flour crispy taco. I hope you enjoy, and I will definitely talk to you in the next one.